Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about cross-contamination. Yes, this one is not a very interesting topic, okay, but I have to do this because it's just yeah, I've been seeing a lot of cringe-worthy posts on Instagram, on Snapchat, on social media. Please guys, there is a proper and accurate way of wearing your PPE, which is your mask and your gloves. Please follow those proper procedures, proper step of wearing them, because if you're not wearing it the proper way, then it defeats the purpose of you wearing it, and you end up spending money on this you end up spending money on your gloves or your masks, and you're not even using them the right way. Okay, so if you actually want to protect yourself, make sure you are conscious of how you are wearing them. So I actually want to talk about cross-contamination in this video. Cross-contamination is basically the process by which bacteria and microorganisms are transferred from one person to another, or one surface to another surface, or from one place to another place unintentionally. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you guys the proper way to wear your gloves and take off your gloves. Okay, before you wear any PPE, so any personal protective equipment, make sure you are performing your hand hygiene. And performing your hand hygiene is basically you using hand sanitizer. So I have hand sanitizer here on my palm. Now I'm going to just rub on my hands. I actually use too much hand sanitizer, but yeah, you get the point. Use hand sanitizer. Make sure you are rubbing your fingers, but rubbing every part of your hand. It is recommended to do this for 20 seconds. I'm not going to be doing that here in this video because, yeah, the point is for you to do your hand hygiene prior to using your PPE. Okay, so you keep rubbing until it dries, basically. So you don't want to apply the hand sanitizer if your hand is still wet. You don't want to rub it on your clothes or rub it anywhere else. You want to keep rubbing until it dries on its own. So with clean gloves, I'm just going to put on my clean gloves. Now my hands have been sanitized. My hands very clean. Okay, so just put on your gloves. You know, take your time. You don't have to rush like me. Just take your time when putting on your gloves. Make sure it's fully worn. What I actually want to bring your attention to is the fact that once you wear your gloves, you want to assume that everything you touch, every surface, because it's basically like you just using your hands on by itself, right? So if you're wearing gloves to prevent against contamination or to protect yourself from contaminated surfaces, then you have to be conscious that if you touch a surface, there's a chance that it has been contaminated. Even while wearing the gloves, you also want to be conscious not to cough into your hands. You still want to maintain coughing into your elbow. If you notice that your gloves are actually visibly stained, you start to notice stains on your gloves, that's the best time to remove your gloves. So just take off your gloves, change into another pair of gloves. Also, you do not want to apply hand sanitizer while you're wearing your gloves. You do not want to wash your gloves, because once you've worn it, it is meant to be disposed of. So dispose of it immediately. Don't try to be doing I can still wear it. I can still wear it the whole day. I only need one pair of gloves for the whole day, right? You have to make sure that once you start to notice that it's getting stained and it's getting dirty, then you want to switch it out immediately. Okay, so after you've touched a contaminated surface that you are unaware of, you want to make sure that you are conscious of when you touch your phone, when you touch your bag, when you touch your grocery bags, when you touch anything you touch. Be conscious to wipe those things afterwards, because they've now been contaminated as well. So after you put on your gloves, this is now the best time to wear your mask. So you wear your mask once your hands have been gloved up. Okay, the light side, I don't know if you guys can see. So the light side of the mask is the one that goes on the inside of your face, while the yellowish, so it can be blue, it can be yellow. This one is yellow. The yellowish side is the one that goes on the outside. Okay, so because yeah, I've been seeing people wearing the white side on the outside. It doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work. You actually know, because the fold is meant to be on the outside, right? So this part of it is meant to be on the outside. So the way you want to wear your mask is by placing, so you place your mask on your nose first, right? And then with the straps, okay, so you want to make sure that it is covering your nose pinch on your nose, so it's sealed here, right? I've been seeing people wearing their mask like this. Yeah, this is not the right way to wear your mask. Okay. Right, so this is how you're meant to wear your mask. Also, when you're wearing your mask, you want to be conscious that it is your actual fit, your correct fit, because if it's open on this side, then things can go in, right? So if you can feel air coming out from the distance, then you should know that it's not protecting you the right way. Okay, it's not protecting you the right way. So you want to be conscious to make sure it is sealed. If not, it's going to be sliding off or sliding upward. Okay, so you want to be conscious that you're also wearing your size as well, like the actual size of the mask. Okay, so now while you have your mask on, from the moment you wear your mask, you want to be see, you just want to have this mentality. You want to assume that whatever you've been exposed to while your mask is on is not contaminated. Your mask is not contaminated. The outside of your mask is not contaminated. Okay, before you can take off your mask, if you're wearing gloves, you want to make sure you take off your gloves first before you take off the mask, right? So I'm going to show you the right way to take off your gloves. I'll start with my left hand, right? My left hand, I'm going to pinch the center like that. So pinch the center of your gloves, and then so now I have the other hand pair of gloves now this hand is exposed, right? So you have to be careful not to touch the outside of your gloves, because now the gloves are not contaminated. So you go from the inside, right? You go from the inside. You can use 2 fingers or 1 finger inside the glove and just take it out inside out. So now this glove or this other pair is now a bag for the first pair of gloves that you took off. So now you want to try to avoid touching the outside of the glove. So now you just fold it and dump it in the dustbin immediately. Okay, immediately. I've seen people train this on the floor, train their mask on the floor. So when you take off your gloves, you want to do your hand hygiene again. Okay, I know this is not always possible if you're outside especially, but you want to make sure that you are being conscious of what you are doing with your hands. Okay, because with this virus, it goes into your mucous membrane, so you want to be conscious of what you're doing when your hands are now without gloves. Even when you're wearing gloves, when you're not wearing gloves, once you take off your gloves, you want to be conscious of what you're doing with your hands. So you want to sanitize your hand again or wash your hand again, depending on where you are. If you're in a place you have access to the bathroom, then you want to wash your hands, right? But I'm going to be using hand sanitizer again. Okay, so I have my hand sanitizer here. I'm just going to rub my hand again before touching my face. Okay, so I have not touched my face yet. Okay, I have not touched my face. So when you're outside, you want to eat, you want to do anything, make sure your mask is staying on. Okay, so now to take off your mask, you want to go from the straps. Take off the mask, you want to go from the straps, right? And just like that, okay. So now dump it in the garbage, in the dustbin. You don't want to be wrapping it in your hands, no. With the straps, so the strap part of the mask is not contaminated, or you just always assume that everything is contaminated, okay? But for now, I'm going to assume that the straps are not contaminated. So now you throw this in the garbage, and then you sanitize your hand again. Okay, sanitize your hand. Okay, you can wipe your phone if you touched your phone while you're wearing your gloves. You can wipe whatever you touched while you're wearing your gloves. You can wipe those things with like disinfectant wipes, just to make sure they are also clean. So don't hold your phone while you're wearing gloves, hold everything while you're wearing gloves, and then you take off your gloves and still take those things again. Now you've contaminated yourself. If someone sneezes, right, whatever it comes out, this will prevent you from that. It is assumed that this will prevent you from that, but it doesn't really do much protecting. It's just, if everyone is wearing a mask, it reduces the chance that the person that has it can pass it on to you, because the person is also wearing a mask and you're also wearing a mask. It prevents the person that has the virus or has the flu, any form of viral infection or I won't say this, you don't need this for bacterial infection. Just wash your hands, perform contact precaution when you are worried about bacterial infection. But with viral infection, you want to be careful to also ensure or maintain droplet precaution as well. Droplet precaution is what sneeze, the droplets that comes out from your mouth is what you're trying to prevent yourself against. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I hope you guys understand. Make sure you're being careful during the season. It is very important. Even when they end the lockdown, make sure you are still performing your hand hygiene. It's very important that you perform your hand hygiene and reduce the amount of time you touch your face. The mask is also to condition your brain to think that, you know, your face is busy right now, so do not go near it, do not touch it. That's what the mask is meant to do. Even while wearing the mask, some people are still touching their faces, so please be conscious not to touch your face, because they're defeating purpose. And I don't want you wasting your money on these things, because they're expensive now. They're very expensive now, so I don't want you wasting your money on something and then Also, another thing I wanted to mention, I actually forgot to mention, that is that this part of the mask has like a stringy thingy that helps it to bend and shape to your nose, right? So while you're putting on your mask, make sure you're pinching this part. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you for your support. Thank you for always coming back to my videos. Thank you for always liking, sharing, and commenting on my videos. Make sure you hit the post notification bell, which allows you to know when I post a video, and also so you can be the first to watch my videos, okay? And yeah, make sure you share these videos with everybody, with your loved ones, with everybody, in fact your haters, share it with everybody so everybody can see this, because the point of this whole using your gloves and using your face mask is to prevent against this koro of a thing, okay? And now I think I heard that Lagos is doing this challenge, or this new challenge. Is it a challenge? I don't know. The Mask Up Lagos. Mask Up Lagos is what it's called. Hashtag Mask Up Lagos. So yeah, if you're going to be wearing your masks, make sure you're wearing them properly. Make sure you're performing your hand hygiene the correct way. Okay, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.